Hello, my name is Glenn Kinken. I'm the president of the Council on Finance and Administration, and this is Dr. Mark King, our conference treasurer. And we're here to talk to you about the CF&A report to annual conference, which will happen on Saturday, June the 24th at 9:15 in the morning. It's an exciting time at annual conference, and we have some exciting news to tell you about our conference finances. And I'm going to let Mark tell you a little bit more about the budget and about what we've got coming up at annual conference.
As we present the 2018 proposed budget, it does come from the Council on Finance and Administration to the annual conference. And there's some highlights that I would like to share with you about what composes this budget. As you, perhaps some of you will remember, we used to do forum groups. We also did conference briefings. But this way we thought we could come to you in video in the comfort of your home, your office, wherever you might be, and just digest a little bit about what's going on with our conference budget. This particular year, we are recommending a conference portion of the budget to be $10,220,716. Now, that conference portion is actually a decrease of 3% from the 2017 conference budget. That total is $324,000. The total 2018 conference and general church budget is $16,209,006. Now, when you put all of that together, it also totals a slight decrease of 1.19% over the 2017 budget. Now, you might be asking, how can you come to us with a decrease of this amount in the 2018 budget when you're in effect trying to do ministry and mission in the life of our conference? Well, your CF&A is very, very intentional about maintaining spending controls and doing the kinds of things we need to do as good stewards of the apportioned dollars that you send to the church. We take this very, very seriously. The connectional table, Bishop Leland, our cabinet, they're all involved in helping us construct this budget that truly does meet the needs that we foresee for the annual conference in 2018. So in the conference portion, what's included in that? Well, it contains 6 major areas. That includes intentional interim clergy support, equitable compensation grants, the clergy medical leave supplement, our district operations, our conference operations, and then the mission and ministry components used to be referred to as vision and goals in our annual conference. Now, if you want to take those down just a little bit more and break down, particularly the district operations. District operations this year, again, is a decrease. 4% less than the 2017. This is the fund that we use to pay the compensation of our district superintendents, the administrative and support personnel in their district offices, as well as maintaining their offices in each of our 8 districts. The conference operations best could be summarized as that which helps our annual conference to do the things the Book of Discipline requires for it to do as an annual conference. This is also a little bit less than 2018, almost 1.5% actually. When you look at this budget, and it is in your program and reports booklet, you will see that there's been some tweaking in the area of conference operations. It's now divided into 3 areas: conference services, conference staff support, and conference administration. In the areas of conference services, this includes the work of the Episcopal Office and the Cabinet, their meetings, the archives, the resource center, the annual session, which you will be attending at Lake Junaluska in June, the Clergy Moving Fund, and of course our contingency. Conference staff support basically pays the salaries, the compensation, and the benefits of our conference personnel, many who work in the conference center in Charlotte, and others spread out in our various 8 districts. And finally, there is conference administration. And this includes things like communications, information technology, the Memorial Center, the Episcopal residence, our annual audit, insurance, legal. Again, all of these things help our annual conference be the conference the Book of Discipline requires and ministers to you in the churches and the things that we do. Then we look at Schedule 2, which, as I said, used to be the vision and goals. This is now called mission and ministry. And this is where direct money is used throughout the annual conference in all of our mission work, ministry work, leadership development, connectional table, those kinds of things. It's divided into several areas. These include the connectional table, which involves the Board of Ordained Ministry, the Board of Laity, our youth, our young adults, and our camping ministries. Then there's congregational vitality and new church starts, an incredibly important area in our priorities and focus. There's missional engagement, leadership development, justice and reconciliation, and then grants that we do to support our affiliated agencies and institutions. In 2016, through pledges, non-pledge contributions, plate offerings in the United Methodist congregations across the Western North Carolina Conference, $202,194,696 was given. When you compare that to the 2018 proposed budget, that budget is only asking about 8% of that great total. When the district apportionments are added in as well, then it goes to just slightly under 9%. But look what we are doing with those funds. Every day, I get an email or a phone call from a church across our conference, and clergy and laity alike, seeking help for some question, looking for a resource, something to help in their ministry and the life of their church. And our conference connection is so important to me, is a testament of what your apportionment funds are doing, not just with me in my office, but across the board with our bishop, our cabinet, our superintendents, the conference staff, and what we are doing, church networking, partnering with church. It all comes together in the annual conference. In Acts chapter 21, verse 6, we see where the disciples had been fishing all night long. This was one of those post-resurrection experiences with them and the risen Christ. Jesus is on the seashore, and he calls out to the disciples in the boat, "Have you caught anything?" And of course they reply, "No, we haven't fished all night long." Jesus challenges them to throw the net on the other side. And when they did, they caught such a load of fish they could barely contain their nets. I think in the way that we serve and minister in our annual conference, we are doing what they did. We're casting our nets in a way that follows the example and the inspiration of the risen Christ. And we can do so much more together than what we could ever do apart. And I think that's the glory of our annual conference. Glenn, I am thrilled to be the treasurer of the Western North Carolina Conference. And I invite any and all who are listening through this video, if you ever have a question or a concern about the conference's budget or finances, please feel free to call me or to email me, and the information showing on your screen.
Mark, thank you for your leadership and for the guidance and the help that your capable staff provides to all of us in the annual conference. You all do a great job of managing our resources, but making ministry possible. And thank you to you, the viewer, for taking the time to watch this video. Thank you for those of you that contribute to your church to make ministry possible at the local level, but for all of us for what our churches do in our apportionment giving. Because of our commitment and our connection, we're able to make ministry possible in Western North Carolina and around the world through the United Methodist Church. Thank you.
Thank you.